Planet Dolan.
From manslaughtering Bigfoot to atomic wedgies that literally kill, we count 15 innocent pranks that push things way too far. I'm Danger Dolan's mysterious brother, and today I'll be your narrator. Number 15. Bigfoot. A 15-year-old girl was left traumatized after a prank on a highway in Montana went very, very wrong. A 44-year-old man named Randy Lee Tenley decided one night that he wanted to have a bit of fun. He put on a highly camouflaged ghillie suit and went down to a nearby highway with the intention of staging a Bigfoot sighting. Unfortunately, he was so well camouflaged that a young driver accidentally hit Tenley with his car and he died at the scene. It was unclear whether the Sasquatch impersonator was drunk at the time. Number 14. Pepper Spray Rumble. In America, there's an old tradition of seniors playing school-wide pranks as part of their graduation ritual. Unfortunately, a lot of these pranks can get out of hand very quickly. At Baldwin High School, police were called when up to 50 students were involved in a frenzied fight. The police arrived to find the school surrounded by smoke bombs and crickets and were forced to pepper spray the 50 brawling students. It's believed that the smoke bomb pranks were the reason 50 students decided to pulverize each other. Number 13. Poo Stink Brownie Time. Accepting home-cooked brownies from teenagers is a questionable decision at the very best of times, and this prank was no exception. Students at Blue Valley High School in Kansas thought it would be hilarious to mix a high dosage of laxatives into some chocolate brownies and then serve it to their teacher. Unfortunately, the teacher had a medical condition that involved dangerous seizures and ended up nearly dying from the laxatives. Luckily, the teacher recovered in hospital and the students were heavily reprimanded. Number 12. Animals everywhere. Sometimes there's a much more severe outcome than someone being embarrassed or annoyed by a prank. At Mason High School, a group of students figured it would be funny to release a whole bunch of animals into their school. Unfortunately, these students didn't care much for animal welfare, and when they bussed into the local animal farm, they left a string of dead animals, including a kitten, rabbits, and even a peacock that died from one of its legs being broken at the heist. Sure, animals are funny, but not when the joke is on them. Number 11. Bugger. Another prank involving animals ended in criminal charges and a student being disqualified from their own graduation. After ordering them online, a group of students broke into their school and released 72,000 ladybugs. When the alarm went off, teachers found the bugs covering every inch of the hallway. It took 4 hours and 7 employees to remove most of the beetles. Even the janitors admitted there was probably still thousands more ladybugs hiding around the school. Number 10. Glitter Bandits. A prank that was way less serious but equally as annoying happened at Jamestown High School in Chautauqua County. Apparently, a bunch of students broke into their school and threw a large amount of glitter in the hallways before tying string around all the walls. It might seem like a fairly innocent prank, but school officials decided they wanted to prosecute the offenders to the fullest extent of the law. The harmless teenage glitter bandits faced criminal mischief and tampering charges. Number 9. Bastards. According to one Reddit user, his high school prank backfired in a really sad way. He and his friend snuck into their private school late on a Friday night and spent over 5 hours smearing any and every surface they could find in slippery Vaseline. They used 20 jars of Vaseline covering door handles, markers, chairs, chair levers, phones, everything. When they turned up on Monday expecting to see the teachers raging, they were shocked. The janitors came in on Saturday and spent their entire weekend removing every trace of the Vaseline before school started on Monday. No one but those poor janitors had any idea of the prank. Number 8. Water Mayhem. What seemed like an innocent prank by his class of students turned out to be a really insensitive mistake. According to a Reddit user, MacLeod96, a student in his class thought it would be amusing if all 700 students were to bring in a watermelon and cover every inch of the school in them. They all brought in at least 2, so the school ended up being buried in thousands of giant fruits. However, the African American principal was not impressed. This was the day the Reddit user learned about cultural sensitivity. Number 7. Halloween Tragedy. For some people, Halloween is a time to pull the most hilarious pranks. For others, it's a time to get pranked. Some people can't take a joke, but a guy from Arkansas had a reaction that went way too far. After a group of teenagers covered his car in eggs, leaves, and mayonnaise, he pulled out his gun and fired on the vandals. One of the teenagers received a shot to the head and died nearby. The angry gunman claimed that he only wanted to scare the young people. I guess it worked. Her friends will be traumatized for the rest of their lives. Number 6. MC Cheeto. Radio hosts are notorious for their goofy on-air antics like making prank calls. One radio presenter found himself with serious regrets when he made a prank call to his wife while live on the radio. He pretended he had a confession to make, that he was cheating on her with someone else. Understandably, his wife did not take the news very well, but in a cruel twist of fate, she told him that she had actually been cheating on him too with his brother. Needless to say, he didn't come out of that one the winner. Number 5. Kidnapper. It's a long-standing tradition that before a groom gets married and settles into a boring, serious life, his friends pull one last epic bachelor prank on him. The Bachelor in this case was kidnapped while he was out in public by a group of masked men and thrown into the boot of a car. The masked men, who were really his best friends, then drove him off and surprised him with a bachelor party. Unfortunately, some innocent bystanders thought they had just witnessed a terrorist attack and called the police in hysterics. Number 4. Mon Amour. According to a Reddit user, a prank he played when he was 15 nearly got his teacher fired. During his French class at school, this student wrote a joke love letter in poorly written French and signed his friend's name. He then snuck the letter into the teacher's bag. At the end of class, she asked his friend to stay behind. She told his friend that she felt the same way, but their love was forbidden. His friend just stared back at her with no idea what she was talking about. Eventually, he found out what happened and his friend was understandably embarrassed. Number 3. Slight overreaction. A man from Montgomery County was definitely not the right person to play a joke on. Peter Jock Atom was working with another man at a meat processing plant when Atom became the butt of what should have been a harmless joke. Another man pulled Atom's chair away just when he went to sit down and he fell on the floor. The next day, Atom decided to get his revenge, but instead of pranking him back, Atom straight up stabbed the guy to death. There's no excuse for violence, not least over a classic chair prank. Number 2. Overboard. When a group of friends went on a river cruise to celebrate a bachelor party, they never imagined that one of them wouldn't be returning. British man Nishanthan Nanathas was playfully wrestling with one of his bachelors on the cruise ship when he fell and hit his head, knocking him unconscious before then falling into the water below. He was a notoriously good swimmer, so when he failed to resurface, his friends jumped in to find him. Unfortunately, they didn't find his body and no murder charges were made on account of it being accidental. Number 1. Atomic wedgie of death. If you ever received a wedgie as a kid, you know they're pretty painful. In 2013, a man was having an argument with his stepfather when he broke out into a rage so furious that he yanked his stepfather's underpants right over his head and around his neck, generally referred to as an atomic wedgie. The stepfather asphyxiated and died shortly after. The assaulter claimed he was acting in self-defense when his stepfather was insulting his mother. He was sentenced to 30 years in prison for first-degree manslaughter by wedgie. Well, that's it for this countdown, but catch you guys next time.